All right, ready to dive into another Goosebumps classic.
Always.
This time, we're taking a look at The Ghost Next Door. I always love this one.
This is definitely one of Stine's creepier tales.
Oh, yeah. So, like always, we're going to go chapter by chapter, unravel the mystery right alongside Hannah.
We start off in classic Goosebumps fashion. It's summertime. Hannah's bored out of her mind. Her best friends are away.
Of course they are.
And she's stuck at home looking after her twin brothers.
Ugh, the worst. So, no friends and annoying siblings. What's a kid to do?
Explore. Hannah starts wandering around her neighborhood looking for something, anything, to break up the boredom. And that's when she notices it.
Notices what?
A moving truck at the old Dodson place.
No way. The house has been empty forever. The one everyone says is haunted.
One and only.
Okay, so that's creepy right off the bat. Classic Goosebumps setting.
Totally. But here's the thing. It's not a family moving in.
It's not.
It's just a boy. About Hannah's age.
So that's suspicious. A lone kid living in that creepy old mansion. What's his deal?
That's exactly what Hannah wants to know. His name is Danny.
Danny. Okay. And does she try to befriend him?
Well, at first, she mostly spies on him. Classic kid stuff. Watches him from her window, follows him around.
I can totally picture that. I used to do the same thing when a new family moved in across the street.
Totally normal kid behavior.
So what does she learn about this Danny? Anything weird?
Well, he seems like a normal kid at first glance. But there are these little things, like he knows stuff about her he shouldn't.
Like what?
Like her name, even though they've never actually met.
Okay, now that's kind of creepy.
Right. And then there's the fact that he claims to be in her grade at school, but she's never seen him before.
So he's like a phantom student. A ghost boy, perhaps?
That's exactly what Hannah starts to think, especially after a few more incidents.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear about these incidents.
Well, one day she sees him fall from the roof of his house.
Oh, my God.
She's totally freaked out, runs over to check on him, expecting the worst.
Yeah, that's a long way down.
And get this, he's totally fine, not even a scratch.
So either he's got some incredible luck or
he's not entirely human.
I'm starting to get the chills now.
Then there's the time at the library. Hannah sees him there, but when she goes to talk to him, he vanishes.
Vanishes, like into thin air.
Yep, gone, just like that.
Stine knows how to build the suspense, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. And on top of these weird encounters, Hannah starts having these really disturbing dreams.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. Something about a fire, right?
Exactly. It's all very fragmented. But she sees flames, hears screams. There's this shadowy figure with glowing red eyes lurking in the background.
And this figure
What's it?
whispers her name over and over again.
Okay, that's terrifying. It's like those dreams are trying to tell her something, to warn her about something.
And as the dreams continue, Hannah starts to feel like she's being watched, like that shadowy figure is following her, even when she's awake.
It's like Stine slowly turning the screws, making us question everything we think we know. Is Danny a ghost? Is Hannah just imagining things? That's the big question, isn't it? And the answer might be more complicated than we think.
I can't wait to find out what happens next.
So Hannah's convinced something strange is going on, right? But she still can't quite figure out what Danny's deal is.
It's that classic Goosebumps struggle. Is it the supernatural or is it just your imagination?
Exactly. So she keeps trying to observe him, to catch him, doing something ghostly. But he's slippery, like he knows when she's watching.
He's avoiding her, maybe. But why would a ghost do that?
That's a good question. Stine definitely likes to keep us guessing. But all this mystery is starting to get to Hannah.
Yeah, I bet. Feeling like you're the only one who sees what's going on, that's got to be tough.
Definitely. But then comes the turning point. Hannah overhears Danny talking to some friends. They're planning a prank.
Uh-oh. That doesn't sound good. What kind of prank?
They're going to break into that old abandoned water tower.
Ah, the water tower. I knew that creepy thing was going to come into play.
But here's where it gets really spooky. As Hannah listens to them, she realizes the prank sounds exactly like what she's been seeing in her nightmares.
Wait, seriously? The fire, the screams, all of it.
Yeah, it all starts to click for her. Those dreams, they weren't just random, they were memories.
Memories? What do you mean?
Hannah starts to believe that she's not dreaming about the fire. She's remembering it. Because she was there.
Hold on. Is she saying she died in that fire?
That's exactly what she realizes. She's the ghost, not Danny.
Whoa. Talk about a plot twist. My mind was blown when I first read that. So the whole time we're thinking Danny's a ghost and it's Hannah.
Yep, classic Stina's misdirection.
So if Hannah's the ghost, why can she see Danny? And why does he keep disappearing?
Those are the big questions now, right? And they lead to a whole new layer of creepiness.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
So does Hannah try to warn Danny about this prank? Tell him he's going to meet the same fate she did.
She does, but it's not that easy. She can see him, but he can't see her. She tries to talk to him, but he can't hear her.
That's got to be frustrating, like yelling at a wall.
Totally. She's trapped, stuck between worlds. So she gets creative.
Creative how?
She tries to get his attention, makes things move around him, writes messages on steamed-up windows.
Does he notice any of it?
He notices, but he doesn't understand. Just thinks he's imagining things.
Ugh, talk about a communication breakdown. Poor Hannah.
Hmm.
She knows it's going to happen, but she can't do anything to stop it. So Hannah's stuck. She's a ghost. She knows Danny's in danger, but she can't reach him. What happens next?
Well, she can't give up, can she? She's got to find a way.
You'd think after trying everything, she'd be out of ideas.
It seems that way, right? But then, remember those letters? The ones Hannah used to write to her friend at camp.
Oh, yeah, she wrote a ton of them. What about them?
Turns out those letters, they're the key to everything.
Really? How so?
Danny, while he's exploring the house, he finds a box full of Hannah's old stuff. Her clothes, her diaries, and those letters.
A time capsule of Hannah's life before the fire. Interesting.
And he starts reading them. Gets totally engrossed in them, actually.
Why? What is it about the letters?
He connects with them. It's like he hears Hannah's voice through the words.
And he starts to put it all together, realizes the ghost he keeps sensing is the same girl who wrote those letters.
Exactly. He starts remembering those weird moments. The library, the messages on the windows, it all makes sense now.
Wow, so her words from the past, they end up saving him.
It's pretty amazing, right? He finally gets it. Hannah's real, and she's trying to warn him.
So now that he believes, does he understand the warning?
He does. He remembers her nightmares about the fire, the details,
Yeah.
and he sees how his prank is like a mirror image of that night.
He's about to make the same mistakes that led to Hannah's death. Oh man, the tension is killing me. So does he stop the prank?
He tries. He goes to his friends and tells them everything. About Hannah, the fire, the letters.
And they believe him. Just like that.
They're skeptical at first, of course. It sounds crazy, right?
Right.
But Danny's persistent. He explains how dangerous the prank is, how it could all go wrong.
He's got to convince them before it's too late.
And finally, thankfully, he does. They agree to call it off.
Whew. That was close. So Hannah, even though she's a ghost, she manages to save Danny. It's like she's his guardian angel.
Yeah, it's such a powerful moment. She finds a purpose, even in death, protecting him.
So what happens to Hannah in the end? Does she move on?
It's bittersweet. She remains a ghost, tied to the house, but she's not lost anymore. She has a purpose, watching over Danny, making sure he's safe.
I love that. A ghost with a purpose. It's like even though she's gone, she's still making a difference. It's one of those things that makes this story stick with you.
It definitely makes you think, doesn't it, about the power of memory, the choices we make, and what it really means to be haunted.
Absolutely. Well, that was another incredible deep dive. Always a pleasure to revisit these classic Goosebumps tales.
Agreed. Until next time, keep those lights on and those books open.
And for all you listeners out there, remember, the next time you think you're alone, you might just have a ghost next door looking out for you.